I have never seen a more disrespected world champion.
True or false, is Aljamain Sterling the most disrespected champion on the UFC roster?
When Aljamain Sterling defeated former double champ Henry Cejudo, he got booed. When he defeated the former champ TJ Dillashaw, he also got booed. When he faced the champ Peter Yan, Aljo got booed when he walked in and got booed when he won. Here's the thing though, Aljo is American and Yan is Russian. They were fighting in Jacksonville, Florida. No matter who you ask, it all comes back to this moment.
The #1 UFC bantamweight contender, Aljamain Sterling, in his first UFC championship opportunity.
Aljo is facing the Russian champion Peter Yan, undefeated in the UFC. By the 4th round, 2 out of 3 judges have Peter Yan winning the fight, until this happens. Peter strikes Aljo with a knee to the face.
We only have a couple of rules in this sport. Don't poke his eyes, don't bite the son of a bitch, and don't kick him when he's down.
Because Aljo can't continue to fight, Yan is disqualified. Even though he was losing the fight, Aljo becomes the champion. But the world doesn't hate him yet. No, that would only happen a few hours later, after he did something truly unforgivable. And to fully grasp the nature of it, we gotta go back 100,000 years ago. I'm not kidding. One morning, Clay goes hunting. As he's walking through the jungle, he stumbles across a tiger. Yet he comes back a few hours later, perfectly healthy. He sits down around the fire and tells his homies, "Guys, as I was walking through the jungle, a tiger attacked me." At this precise moment, everybody's wondering the same thing. How are you still alive? What did you do? Why do we need to know? Because if we find ourselves in that same situation, we need to know what to do to survive. Clay's story contains information vital for our survival. And it goes way beyond surviving tigers. Research suggests language evolved to swap social information back when we were living in Stone Age tribes. In other words, we gossip. We tell tales about the moral rights and wrongs of other people, punish the bad behavior, reward the good, and thereby keep everyone cooperating and the tribe in check. Stories about people being heroes or villains, and the emotions of joy and outrage they triggered were crucial to human survival. We're wired to enjoy them. Replicate that interaction with thousands and thousands of years, and you end up with a species whose brain is hooked on storytelling, not only to gather information about the world and people, but experiences reality as a story. And just like that, the tribal brain goes to work. Everybody's staring at their screens. Rogan and Cormier try to fill the awkward silence with context.
His knee was all the way down.
100% illegal.
This could be a disqualification.
Every single detail and cue sent by Aljo and Peter are scrutinized.
Aljamain, stay here. Stay here.
I can't even get up.
This fight's got to be called. The fight's over.
Tweets are flowing. The story's writing itself in real time.
Aljamain doesn't know where he is. He has to go to the emergency room.
One of the corners is yelling, "Just punch, just punch."
We're gonna be done. Yeah, okay, all right.
There it is.
That's it.
And that is it.
That's it.
When Aljo wins the belt by disqualification, he throws it on the ground. That triggers something in the tribe. Evolutionary psychologists argue we have 2 wired-in ambitions: to get along with people and also to get ahead of them. Getting ahead means gaining status, the craving for which is universal. A human tribe can be viewed as a status game that all the members are playing, its rules being recorded in its stories. By throwing the belt on the canvas, Aljo signals to the tribe that he rejects the champion status.
Look, Aljamain is a winner. He doesn't want to win a fight like that.
He refuses to climb up the social ladder without deserving it.
That's not the way I want to win. That's not the way I envisioned this.
As the tribe, we respect that. It is the right thing to do. We do root for our fellow brave peasant to climb up the social ladder and get the treasure, but only if he slays the dragon that's guarding it first.
I don't like that a title can be won this way.
Do you consider Aljamain Sterling to be the rightful champion?
No, I got a lot of issues with this.
You don't get the gold without the dragon. That's a very strange idea. Strange indeed is what happened next. During the fight's after party, Aljo switches his tune and starts taking photos with the belt. In doing so, sending a clear message that he is accepting of his new status as champion, without having slayed the dragon. That's when the narrative starts turning on him. Aljo is not a victim anymore. He's a deceptive villain.
Aljo went to the hospital. He's cleared. Nothing wrong with him.
When stories concern a person following the rules of the group, listeners experience a wash of positive emotions. But when they tell of someone selfishly breaking these rules, listeners experience the emotion of moral outrage. They're motivated to act, to punish them, whether by being shamed and mocked, violently attacked, or ostracized from the group, which would have been a death sentence back in the Stone Age. When the rematch is announced, the tribe wants Aljo to be punished for his deception. The roles are reversed. The peasant has become the tyrant. The dragon has become the hero, who will reestablish order in the realm. By that time, Aljo has fully embraced his role as the villain.
Give me all your attention. One time for the misfits.
Level 9,000?
Tom, what can you do in this situation?
Punch him in the face.
Yeah! Okay, now move up.
Zed, watch out, man.
Yeah! Bro! What the hell is wrong with you?
Aljamain Sterling shocks the crowd and silences the noise. Guaranteed. Bet your motherfucking money. Put your money up.
Remind the world who the Funkmaster is, baby. Let's go!
Give us your thoughts on what it means to have this rematch.
Guys, he's doomed.
He's doomed?
Yeah.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Wait till you step in there with them, you see what happens. Yawn by murder, yawn by decapitation, like...
Yawn will go and beat Aljo, take his belt back, and we forget this chapter ever happened. Everybody goes back. This was the belief. Aljo didn't follow the script.
Aljo excels in the second fight, but he wins by split decision. Did he really slay the dragon and rightfully earn the treasure? 1 out of 3 judges doesn't believe so. That's not convincing enough to switch the narrative.
I know Dana doesn't think I won the fight.
He didn't think you won that fight?
After the fight, went right to the press conference. He did it exactly like this. The judges blew that one.
The judges blew that one. I thought I had it 3-2 the other way.
I mean, it was a very good fight, but you definitely won the fight.
And there's something about this that instead of appreciating it, we've decided to be angry. And we decided to be mean to him. And we decided to try to hurt the world champion's feelings.
I'm not gonna let that take away from my experience, you know? So I can just not look, you know? I still have the power to do that and control what I actually consume and put in my head.
6 months later, he fights TJ Dillashaw. TJ had recently come back from a suspension for using performance-enhancing drugs.
The guy's a cheat. He's dirty.
The tribe still saw TJ as the hero.
He's so worried about it, he can come test me himself. He could test these nuts in his mouth.
In the first round, TJ injures his shoulder. Aljo wins the fight by TKO in the second round, but now the injury is to blame.
Are you worried at all that because there was an injury, people might take away how great your own performance was?
Once again, he finds himself stuck in the narrative.
Everybody's upset. And they're so upset that there's one way that we can fix this for sure. We can bring in the greatest and most decorated combat athlete in the history of time.
I am picking my favorite actor, Aljamain Sterling.
You're dead! We get Cejudo back, we get rid of Aljo, the world can then be fixed.
It feels to me like this is the one that's getting you the love and respect. Do you agree?
But ain't nobody giving you that damn respect. On social media, they come up with excuses as to why you keep winning. If you beat Henry Cejudo, after this, they gotta shut up?
Aljo is from Long Island. The fight was in New Jersey.
It's gonna be great to see him have the crowd behind him and go out there and beat Henry Cejudo.
The crowd still booed him.
Aljo didn't follow the script.
Aljo beats Cejudo by split decision again.
The boy Aljo just can't catch a break. No matter what he does, people don't like him. Guys, stop booing Aljamain. Like, give this man his respect. Why don't people like Aljamain Sterling, dog? He's fighting at home and he's getting booed by his home crowd. I don't know what this man has to do in order to corner your respect.
When I talk about story to people, and I tend to do that a lot, I describe events as all kinds of dots on, a white sheet of paper, like those drawings that you used to do as a kid. A story is what connects those dots together in a way that makes sense to the audience. But telling a good story is often not about the dots you decide to include, but those you decide to leave out. Because once we see reality through a common narrative, we dismiss anything that doesn't support it. Now, the way to triumph over an ongoing narrative is to tell a better story. Any storyteller, even the main character, can come along and reconnect the dots in a way that is even more appealing to the audience. Verbal abuse is nothing new for Aljo. He was born in it.
I come from a very big family, a lot of half-brothers and sisters.
I have 19 siblings, a lot of half-brothers.
It was my mom's 8 kids and then my dad's other kids.
Brothers and sisters, we used to talk shit about each other's moms. Sometimes I would feel like we weren't even family because the stuff that we would say to each other was like, I always wondered if it was normal. I don't have a lot of positive memories of my dad. The way we grew up, man, verbal abuse was a big thing, I mean, he would just call us stupid and all these names for whatever reason. It made us feel small, weak, stupid, useless. It really does stick with you. Like, even today, it still bothers me. Like, when I think about it, it makes me a little uneasy, so. One of the things about him that I don't think I can ever forgive is the domestic violence with my mom. There was one time they were fighting in the kitchen and my dad was beating my mom up, and I just remember her calling for me, just hearing her voice call for me, screaming in pain like that, and I wasn't there for her to help her because I just wasn't strong enough for that.
I just want to tell her that I'm sorry, and yeah, nothing to blame yourself about. My dream was hopefully one day they get older and they end up having a better life than this.
And Aljo discovers a way out.
I found wrestling and that helped change the course of my life. To see the bond that those guys had, I felt like I actually mattered. I felt like I belonged. It felt more like a family to me. That was what I needed. Slowly but surely gained my confidence.
He could have became a very closed off, angry person. Screw this, screw the world. This is how my life was set up. This is how I'm supposed to live. But he didn't.
Aljo becomes the first member of his family to graduate from college, but he still decides to take the leap into MMA. He signs with the UFC in 2014.
They tend to forget everything that Aljamain did on his way up to the championship fight.
Aljo climbs his way up a division that slowly becomes the most competitive in the UFC. But that's not without suffering any losses.
I lost 2 fights in a row, split decision to 2 guys ranked in the top 10. And if I listened to everyone else who said I was done, I had no chin and whatnot, I'll just be back home just being a gym teacher and never knowing what I could have truly accomplished.
After 7 years in the UFC, Aljo gets his first title shot. All his friends and teammates fly to Las Vegas to support him.
Everything I worked for, man, like, to this point, and then to have the fight go like that.
Aljo ends up at the hospital.
I got home from the hospital. They did a CAT scan.
Aljo went to the hospital. He's cleared. Nothing wrong with him.
But a CAT scan is not used to diagnose concussions. It's used to make sure there's no bleeding on the brain.
And here I come back from the hospital, and I still don't remember much of the night. I had to get people to kind of help me recall what actually happened.
Someone brought out the belt. I don't know who it was. I think it was Marab, actually. And he was like, no, brother, you deserve this. You earned this.
That this was special to have people that cared about you. We had a toast. I said a couple words. There was videos out. And I never posted anything.
And all of a sudden, because they handed him a belt,
because he was on the receiving end of an illegal strike that ultimately earned him the championship. He didn't do anything wrong.
And you turned on him. And he's never quite been able to straighten that out.
And the fans antagonizing me is literally the reason why I went that route.
You people that set out to be jerks, and there's a lot of you, have succeeded.
They're telling me I'm the champ, but I don't feel like it. I am the champ, but I don't feel like the champ.
Looking at all the past trauma that he's experienced to where he is now, he's already a champ.
Now keep in mind, that was just another story. It's in these ways that story both exposes and enables the worst traits in our species. We willingly allow highly simplistic narratives to deceive us, gleefully accepting as truth any tale that casts us as the moral hero and the other as a two-dimensional villain. We're being sold a story. Stories are everywhere and seduce us into believing that, even in our hatred, we are holy.
Same